everyone, and welcome back to the Beach Channel. You're watching South Florida Homes with me, Lucy Bernard, my dog Mumu, of course, and we have a fantastic guest on today, Saddy Delgado.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, thank you.
Awesome.
And I'm guessing that you're very, very experienced. You look the part, which is really interesting in real estate in Miami because, as you know, there's so many realtors.
I know.
More and more keep popping up.
I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I'm a realtor sometimes at dinners.
Do you know it's funny?
It's like, oh my gosh, you too? I'm like, how many did you meet today? Yeah.
Isn't it funny?
Yeah.
I get it all the time.
Yeah. It wasn't like that before.
It wasn't.
I've been doing this 30 years and it was not like that.
So do you think that you're more successful because you started back in the day when you didn't have all of this, or do you think people can be more successful because they have social media and they have all of these, free advertising kind of? I just think it's been so glamorized.
Yeah.
And everyone's a somebody. You're not just a realtor.
Well, I think real estate brokers or real estate agents are celebrities now.
Yeah.
We weren't celebrities before. Now everybody's a celebrity. And I think social media has gotten there. And I think a lot of it is the reality of these agents that seem to be celebrities. If you go back to their real numbers, they're not there. So the perception of them is really what people go for and not the reality. So people are just perceived with certain, like, I know this girl that didn't own one listing and she portrays like she has every single building on the beach, but she links her site to all the single websites and then she knows how to do the back end. And all of a sudden, she's the star of the condo queen market. So the perception is different. Yes. Yeah. And the reality, when you go and search the numbers that they're doing, they're not there. Yeah. So there's the old way, which is real numbers. What did you really close? What did you really sell? And then there's a perception, which is led by this whole media world.
like Selling Sunset.
Yeah.
When they actually went behind the scenes and didn't ask, majority of these women were struggling. They weren't making...
Well, they're actresses. The only one is a real estate agent. Yeah.
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 That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
So how did did you fall into it through your family being realtors, or was it something that you always wanted to do?
No. I got married at 21, had a baby at 22. I was forced by my father to get a real estate license at 18, and I was studying in Switzerland. So when I flew back, my dad said, take the test. I'm buying some land in the Doral, which was marshland back then. This is 1980. And he made me take the test. So at 18, I took the test so my father could buy some real estate. He's like, I don't want to pay that commission. You just do the test and mentor under a commercial real estate agent. So that's how I got into it. Then I ended up marrying a divorce lawyer. Woohoo, Lois. And what do people do? They get divorced, they sell their home, and there's their main asset. Yeah. So sometimes it was conflict of interest, but I did dabble when I was married. I was married for 12 years with a great family law lawyer, Louis. And then we got divorced when I was 33. And I didn't really need to work because obviously we didn't fight because he fights for a living. And our divorce was like within 3 weeks we were divorced. It was crazy. Lucky. You know, he called the court, he called the friends, and he got it done. And I was like, what do I do? What do I do? My son was 11. I was like, you know, I'll just start doing real estate. I can do it whenever I want. He gave me great alimony. He gave me the house. Like, I didn't have to do anything. But I started and I got an assistant before I had a client. And I remember my first assistant, Vivian Calzadilla, said, so what do I do, Sadie? I'm like, I don't know. Just like put my contacts, get a fax machine, like set up. I have no idea. I don't know how to use a computer. I still don't own a computer. But
you're just like me.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never owned a computer. And
I actually don't like it.
No.
I've got no time. It's just not for me.
No, it takes a ton of time. Yeah. And it depletes what I'm really good at, which is getting business, relationships.
Exactly.
And I've never wanted to do it. So for me, I'm very unique. I think everybody else in the business has a computer, but in that sense, I'm a little different. And then I got my first client, and it was a family that I've known my whole life. And I got the call, and he bought $40 million worth of real estate in 1989. Wow. And so I became like front page of Ocean Drive, Miami Business Journal, Wall Street Journal award. And they were like, who the hell's that Saddy Delgado? So, I had my angel in my business, and from then I never stopped.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It just goes to show how you can just jump in real estate. Like you just said.
Yeah.
You were nobody, and then all of a sudden you're the superstar.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
You need luck. You need to be persistent. You need to be there.
So you're with One Sotheby's.
I'm with One Sotheby's. I'm the vice president of the company.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about Sotheby's, because obviously you have such a big name.
Yeah.
And been to a lot of pre-constructions that Sotheby's are doing. I've been and taking
and we just got Dolce & Gabbana, by the way.
Oh, really?
So,
Dolce & Gabbana. Where is that going to be?
Happened yesterday. So it's news to the channel. It's going to be live. It's going to be sold to my friends and family for the next 30 days, and then it's going to the public.
That's incredible. And it's going to be Brickell. Oh, another one in Brickell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brickell's firing up.
Firing up. It's going to be the Manhattan. Yes.
That's incredible. Dolce & Gabbana. Wow. Yeah. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very cool project.
Yeah.
It's sexy. It's all about, the brand. Everything's going to be Dolce. Everything's going to be designed by them.
That's incredible.
It's going to have a lot of detail.
So Sotheby's, obviously, you're the vice president. Yeah. So you obviously have seen it grow, and it's huge. I mean, you can have 4 or 5 realtors trying to get a listing, and I feel like the one at Sotheby's will get it.
Yeah. I think the brand is so special.
Yeah.
I think the brand is totally correlated with luxury.
Yeah.
And, we had like a UK buyer, and I said, how did you find me? And he's like, well, I went to Sotheby's Miami, and then I saw you had a lot of listings in the Gables, and I called you on one of the properties, but it went through the Sotheby's. So he goes to Sotheby's UK and then says, oh, Sotheby's Miami, and then goes, boom. So he navigated through the Sotheby's brand.
Right.
So I think that client always stays in Sotheby's. And I think if we're competing against any other company, they're not as global as we are.
No.
So we've got the global down packed.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why we're the best.
I admit, you definitely are the best.
I think we've done a good job at keeping the brand.
And branding and keeping it. I agree. So this is your listing in Coconut Grove.
Yes.
Can we have a little talk about it?
Yes. This is Grove at the Grand Bay, which is a incredible building because there's Park Grove, Grove at the Grand Bay, and Grosvenor. That's it. And the new Four Seasons coming up next door to this building.
Oh,
the new Four Seasons in Coconut Grove, but that's pre-construction. This apartment is a 4-bedroom, 5-bath, but it's 4-bedroom and a staff room.
Okay.
So it's really a 5-bedroom.
Yeah.
The staff room is really important. My Mexican buyers who bought it 4 or 5 years ago had to have staff. And when we were looking at the properties that were in the inventory in Miami, you just don't have staff rooms.
No. We do. We have a staff room.
Yeah. It's rare.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's the room that I feel that it's most cozy.
Yeah.
The smallest room.
They have 3 daughters. They're Mexican. They're used to having staff.
Yeah.
And when you have 3 little kids, you need a live-in nanny or a live-in somebody to take care of. So I think the staff has been a great asset to this floor plan. And it's 40,
wow, it's beautiful.
400 square feet. It's decorated very simple, very clean. We priced it really well.
I love the tiles.
So I think it should go soon. I mean, now people are coming back.
What is it priced at?
$7 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good price.
The one upstairs is 8.1, and it's same floor plan, but they did a lot more upgrades to the unit. If you don't like the upgrades, you're not going to pay for somebody's upgrades.
No,
so
definitely
I think we're better positioned, and it's the same view.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think that's the sexiest building in the Grove.
Yeah.
And the Grove is
it's beautiful.
The hottest market right now.
It is. How long has it been on the market for?
4 months.
That's good.
Yeah.
And everything's changing in the Grove as well.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. And I think, New Yorkers, people want the urban life. So anybody coming from Cali or New York or Chicago, you've got the best schools. So the schools are a big trigger to this area.
Yeah.
And the other thing is they want to walk. You can't walk in certain places in Miami. So they don't want to feel they're living in suburban. They don't want to feel they're living too far. So in the, the trees and just the setting of the grove.
It's beautiful. And, like you said, you have the top school, especially Ransom,
Carrollton, St. Stephen's, St. Hugh. You got them all there.
It's a different world. I always say coming into the Grove, you feel like you're not in Miami.
No, yeah.
I lived there and I never left. Literally, when I was there, I never left because you don't need anything.
No.
Especially now, you have the cinema now that went back again. And
we used to have Coco Walk in the day. Remember? And
I don't even preferred it to be back how it used to be because for me, that was more Coconut Grove.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to make it too sophisticated.
Molly, yeah. I know. I agree. I walked around there because I sell there and I go to restaurants there, but I don't go into the shopping area that much. No. And I was like, wow, like a tourist.
Yes, it's true.
This is so great. Yeah.
No, but it is lovely with the harbor, and then you can go around to the Bayshore Club and Regatta.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Everybody
really
from especially the Northeast fell in love with the Grove.
Yeah. And so obviously you're very established, but how do you go about getting listings? Even today, do you find that social media plays a big part for you? I see the newer generation, that's all they tend to use. It's sad in a way if you're not savvy when it comes to all that Instagram and stuff, but Facebook and so on. Do you feel like it's helpful to yourself?
It's not the way I do business. I'm an old timer. I've tried to accommodate, the business and go with where the business is going because we can't stay in, Godzilla days.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, there's no, brochures are kind of stagnant, but this client, for example, is a client that is referred to by my fiance.
Got it.
So he's a CFO of a huge company that bought a huge channel here. And so he's there.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
So he was referred, basically. It's my own network.
Yeah.
And now he's selling, and the guy that's taking his position was referred to me by him too.
Wow. So it's the trail.
So he bought, he sold, and he's sending me a new client.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So I get a lot of repetitive.
It works.
Yeah.
And also you do a very good job. So people highly recommend you.
And I told him, I closed a property in Ponce Davis, which is Coral Gables, yesterday. And he calls me, goes, oh my God, Sadie, I need your help. I'm like, okay, what happened, Gia? He's like, my wife is having a heart attack. We can't move to our new house. Do you know an organizer or somebody that can help us organize the move and everything that we have to put together? I go, of course, call Denise. And I'm like, just go to Sadie's Black Book on my site. You find the manicurist, you find.
That's amazing.
And then we've been here, we find everything for these people. And when they're happy that you connect them the right way and you give them great service.
You become everything for them. The therapist, their best friend, the family, just
the nutritionist, the IV lady, the Botox lady, the manicure, the massage.
You really do.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially these that come from Mexico that don't know anybody. When you're relocating from the beach or it's something different. But these are foreigners that come and they don't even know what a dentist is.
Oh, I can believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe that.
So we become concierge.
Yeah.
And we give them great service. I'm friendly with every client I have. I go to their birthdays.
Have you ever had a nasty client?
Of course.
Unbearable?
Of course.
Of course.
Not usual.
You have to bite your tongue and be patient. And
yes. And usually they're one way with my girls, my assistants.
But not
they
with
scream
you.
at I, and then when they talk to me, they're like perfect feathery. And I'm like, he didn't sound like that. They go, whoa, and then they start crying. And I'm like, you listen, you put it on mute, and you say, of course.
Yeah.
Sadie will call you.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it.
Yeah. That's the only way you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So do you deal more just in the high end real estate, in the top luxury? Or do you have a little variation? Do you do pre-construction?
Well, I have a team.
Mm-hmm.
So I created a team in 2019 because I have a sister who's on my team who is kind of going to be the one that I will leave my legacy to. So my sister is 44.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the oldest of 4. So she started working with me and I thought, you know what? I'm traveling a lot. I want to be I want to kind of leave a legacy, and I want my clients, my big clients, or every client, because every client's big, whether it's $1 million, it's not, sometimes my listings are intimidating, I know. And I get people that tell me, oh, my son wanted to buy $1 million apartment. I didn't want to bother you. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, no, I have a team. So I created a team because I was losing a lot of that because I have a 70 and a 40 and a 35 in star. And so when these numbers come up, people are like, no, she will never.
And that's good. That's wonderful to hear that.
Yeah.
Because not many people do. And
no.
I like the way that you think.
I have a colleague that would say, I'm not going to mention names, I'm the waterfront specialist. I'm like, dude, there's a lot that's not on the water that's very nice that I would not say just water. So she would not take anything if it wasn't on the water.
Wow.
Pretty good strategy, but I don't know. I don't know how that panned out.
Yeah.
But I created my group just to have that diversity.
Yeah. And it's nice working with your sister.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I have a beautiful family.
That's great.
My mother sold the most expensive home in the Gables 2 years ago. To Kenneth Griffin for $53 million.
Wow.
So my sister works in Fisher Island, and she's the queen bee. You should actually interview her because she is the best in Fisher Island. She's the queen of Fisher Island. She's been living there for 18 years.
Oh, wow.
And so she doesn't leave the island. She drives in the rock golf cart. And I'm like, can you get out already? Like, do you want to cross to reality? Yes. Can we go at least to Joe's? No, I'm happy.
Wow.
So I have a team, and we have a broader spectrum. I do Aventura, we do Miami Beach, we do Bal Harbor. So I do a little bit more because my team is present.
What are your favorite areas? The Grove?
Probably the Grove, the Gables, the Venetians.
But the Gables, if you're going to go for something like a huge estate, it would be Gables Estates, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's where I specialize, Gables Estates. Yeah, I love Gables Estates.
I know.
It's just so exquisite.
It's old money. Yeah. It's something.
Even if it's new money, it's old world.
Exactly.
There's a little bit of new money.
Yeah, that's a great saying.
It's old world. It's those big lots on over 200 feet on the water, no bridges to bay. Can't find that anywhere when you're 10 minutes from schools.
Do houses ever come up for sale?
I just sold one a month ago for $23 million, and I'm getting another one. So yes, they do. There's very little inventory. But if not, I'll find it because I have a lot of contacts and I know
You'll
people.
Find it. Yeah.
If not, we will make some calls and find. There's some people coming into the market in the next 3 to 4 months.
With this, nice influence of New Yorkers coming in and making it a little bit more classier,
sexy,
classier.
It's more diverse. Before
It really
it was
is.
all Spanish, and now it's kind of you're seeing different type of clientele in all the restaurants.
Even the service I've seen a difference in.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But
you hear more languages. I think,
absolutely.
It's not so the South American second home buyer that was kind of like our key client before.
Yeah. And all the the Colombians, a lot of people from
Argentina, Venezuela, Brazil are great clients. Brazil love Miami.
Yeah,
and they're here now because it's their winter.
And they're big
they're
spenders.
All here. They're big spenders. Yeah. But they don't buy homes; they buy condos.
Yeah. I just sold a beautiful apartment at Cipriani to a beautiful Colombian couple. Yeah. They were. Do you know? I keep thinking you might be able to help me.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time at the Cipriani Residence's showroom, and obviously they've gone into groundbreaking across the road. I never noticed the rail track.
Yeah.
But that's a big deal. And I don't know why anyone's ever said anything. Mm-hmm. And I'm nervous to say something in case
Where it depends what unit they bought.
Yeah.
Call me later and we'll talk because I've sold a couple in there, but I'll help you with that.
Yeah.
Because I have somebody in-house that tells me, no. That one's going to do this one. Even though if you're spending a little bit more, go this way. And so if you get an honest in-house agent, which is the one that I've been working with, that I've done 20 projects with, he tells me and guides me because it's so hard to buy pre-construction on like a pamphlet. This is your view and, pay $3 million. And then you've got the 1428
That's exactly what happened to me.
And you have Cipriani in the back, and now you have Dolce in the front. So now, like, is anybody going to have a view here?
Yeah. And then the Ritz-Carlton.
The Ritz-Carlton. The only one that's really going to have a view is St. Regis.
I think
you're on the water. And
the
St.
one
Regis
on Brickell. That's the one that I went to see for a show with Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one that's going to have
Yeah.
100% view, because it was going to be 2 towers, because we had the sales. And the developer, I told him, we're having such a hard time selling the second tower. Why? Because the first one has the major view, because unobstructed. But then the second one has the first building kind of crunching it. So it's an iffy view. And they don't want to spend that kind of money on not a guaranteed view. So you're better off scrapping the second tower, raising the price of one, making it larger.
I agree.
And that's what they did.
Yeah.
After 6 months of selling the unit, they had 36 sales in that building already.
That's
under
what I
contract.
thought. I saw. Yeah. I saw when I went for the presentation. I was so impressed.
Yeah. And so you will get a guaranteed view there. That's it.
Yeah. I think
ones,
that they're giving people also memberships to go to like beach clubs that are to do with the St. Regis and so on.
Yeah.
Do you prefer houses or do you prefer condos to
whatever
live
the
personally?
client wants.
But you personally?
I live in a condo.
Yeah.
Because of my lifestyle. I think it depends on the lifestyle. You want to get up and go. I'm an empty nester. I just became a grandmother.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations.
A week ago, my son had a baby. So if you're like moving and you have a big apartment, you got the security, it's fine.
Yeah. I love that, but I'm now becoming just a little bit frustrated with people and rules and
it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. But
my partner hates it. Mine hates it. This one, that I have friends that don't like it, but it depends. I think on what.
Yeah.
If you're gonna live 6 months a year in Europe and come in and out,
then a condo is better.
I don't know if you really want the pool, the this, the that.
Yeah.
So. But a home in Miami is like
to
super.
Die for. I agree.
It's super.
Well, Sadie, thank you for coming on.
We're
already at the end. I could have talked to you all day.
I know.
Thank you. And we'll have to have you back. Guys, thank you for watching South Florida Homes, and we'll be back. Thank you.